she was afraid of the defendant. So, yes, Judge.
Ma'am, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to find no probable cause.
And pointed a weapon.
At the child who wants to have contact with you. What if he doesn't want to? He may be scared of it. I don't know.
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
Ms. Fairman, you are charged with the offense of interference with the duties of a public servant. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. Officers were dispatched to a family disturbance, and the caller, the defendant's mother, stated that her daughter was walking around with a hammer and identified her daughter by name and as wearing a Barbie sweatshirt. In transit to the scene, the officers observed the defendant's prior mugshot and arrived and observed the defendant recognized by description and that mugshot. The defendant walked towards the officer, and the officers told her to stop, but she ignored them. She had her arms tucked into her sweatshirt, so they were not visible to the officers. The defendant attempted to walk past the officer, and the officer grabbed her arm, and she then laid on the ground and tucked her hands under her abdomen, and the officer struggled to get her arms out from under her. The defendant stated the defendant had a hammer in her left hand and would not let go. The officers then took her into custody.
What's she doing wrong? Is she walking while black? I mean, really, you tell me all she has is a hammer? She's walking around with a hammer. So I hammer stuff all the time.
Right, just what we have is there was a family disturbance. There was a description of her with the hammer, and she walked towards the officer, and the officer just told her to stop.
I mean, there's nothing. She's not doing anything. No one says that she's doing anything menacing with the hammer. She's walking with a hammer. I hang stuff on my house all the time.
Furthermore, Your Honor, there is more in the DIMS that in the complete DIMS it says the complainant's defendant's mother identified her and said that the defendant's brother had taken a blue speaker which upset the defendant. So the defendant went outside and kicked some trash cans over her and pacing around a neighbor's vehicle holding a hammer. The complainant advised she was afraid of the defendant. So, yes, Judge.
Ma'am, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to find no probable cause. Just hang tight with me for a second, okay?
Good, Judge.
Please. Just, take a seat for me. Hang tight, please. Are you?
Yes, sir. I'm
Hi.
approaching for Miss Delandre Burnett. She's here,
Okay.
and we may need to look at bond conditions.
Okay, Miss Burnett, come up.
And I know she has a pending felony. The clerk's wet. I can't really pull the conditions up.
So we've got a ton of baggage here, and I don't understand how she has a discharging a firearm in an assault from October 29th. She picks up an aggravated assault in November, and then I guess the week later picks up a criminal mischief. So we have 4 open cases. Is that right?
Yes, Judge.
And we've never addressed any of the bonds.
She's been in custody for.
I don't know. Tell me.
She's been in.
I know.
When did you? Okay. So she was in custody for. Right, from October until January, Your Honor.
Did you just make bond on the felony, I guess? Is that what happened? Yeah.
Right.
All right. So a surety bond was posted on the ag assault on 1/9. So let's talk about the complaining witnesses in all these cases. Who are they in relation to the aggravated assault?
So in relation to the aggravated assault, we have not been able to make contact with complaining witness Johnson, but we have been able to make contact with the complaining witness Romero Perez, who was the employee at the business where the incident occurred.
Is this regarding the criminal mischief?
This is regarding the assault.
Okay. What happened in the assault, please?
So, she visited an office that day, and then the defendant began threatening the complaining witness's children, and then supposedly in the office is the apartment leasing office.
Okay.
And then she went up to the child and then threatened the child and said, the exact language. Tell your mom that I'm still here and pointed a weapon.
At the child.
Yes,
Yes.
Judge, a large kitchen knife.
Oh, it's a knife. Okay.
Yeah.
So the assault is out of the same transaction as the ag assault then?
Yes, she kicked the first complaining witness in the genitals, causing the employee from the.
Okay, now the criminal mischief is, where's that from?
The criminal mischief
For,
is from, a different complaining witness. He was at his home upon arrival. Officers made contact with him, and he advised that he was at his residence and wanting to watch their children, and or the defendant arrived at his residence wanting to watch their children. He did not initially agree. The defendant then became hostile and caused a disturbance. The defendant then drove her vehicle into the complaining witness's gate, damaging it, and subsequently reversed and sped away. Estimated cost to repair is $500.
And Your Honor, that they do have children together, and I believe the rip call, he doesn't want to move forward with the case.
something very interesting. I don't know if you read this, but, okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause on all your cases, and I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons and not to have any contact with the complaining witnesses in these cases. Do you understand? Did the felony court put a monitor on her or anything like that? This is very interesting. Let me read this to you. As part of the conditions on the felony court, it says, defendant must obtain a library card and read to her children,
Oh.
/ must attend a parenting class. That's really interesting. I've never seen that.
It's 228.
The 330. I don't know, but it says,
That's a visiting judge. That's a visiting judge.
interesting, right? Did you know about this condition? Okay.
Your Honor, one of the
I'm not going to
CWs,
impose that, but I
she does
just
have
found-
children with, I believe, the complaining witness on the criminal mischief, which is about the gate. And so I don't, just to help them co-parent, I don't know if we could just have no.
But I don't know if he wants to have contact with her. You know, before I allow you to have contact with this gentleman, I would like to know if he even wants to have contact with you. What if he doesn't want to? He may be scared of you.
The
I don't know.
complaining witness did say that he asked her to drop charges
Yes.
on the case.
Okay, so I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with, is it Andre, right?
Andre, yes, Judge.
Okay, do you understand? What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think, it's what he perceives. From like this, that's could be threatening or harassing contact, so just be careful. You're lucky to be out with these 4 open cases. If I find that you're a danger to my public, you violate any of these conditions, I'm telling you now, I'm going to make your bond extremely high. You know, you're probably not going to have someone to pony up $15,000 worth of bond for you. So be very careful when you're out there. If you have a butting head relationship with this person, just be very careful. You understand? Now, we've given you a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Elick. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, likewise, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? Okay. Just be careful, man. Self-control. Okay. All right, Mr. Elick.
Okay.
We just need you to sign these conditions and then you're good to go. All right. Thanks.
Is that pre-trial bond condition?
Yeah, with Fleischer. Yeah. No, no alcohol, no drugs as well, man. All right. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Judge, can we go over those one more time? My apologies. I got these.
So no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, no threatening or harassing contact with the gentleman named Andre. And then with the assault and that one, no contact whatsoever. And no going back to that leasing office as well. Okay.
All right.
Max.
There's one more order.
Right this way.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.